Ah yes, science has done it again, boys and girls. In case you've been living under a rock for the past week or so, there's been an image that came out of a supermassive black hole. Not a fake simulated image, mind you. The black hole is that of a nearby galaxy called Messier 87. And when I say nearby, that's 53 million light years away. Wow, I can already imagine the minds of flat earthers being blown away.
What do you mean 53 million light years away? That's literally impossible.
Yeah, so massive shout out to all the scientists that worked on this project. In a world where stupid people are extremely loud about going against science, we should take more time in appreciating the accomplishments of scientists. Anyway, of course when something like this makes the news, flat earthers wouldn't be able to sit still. I doubt they even know what a black hole is. But nonetheless, you see videos on YouTube such as this flat earther who made a fake black hole image in Photoshop, claiming how easy it is to fake an image like this. Well, I've already seen the image, so I know the one on the left is fake, but come on, that doesn't even look that similar to the actual image. In yours, you can kind of see some layers of circles there, which wouldn't exist in an actual image. That's some lazy photoshopping, I'm disappointed. In the rest of the video, he shows us how he created the fake image. I sped it up here so you don't get bored, because I sure did. He draws some circles and blurs it basically, nothing too creative or anything. Yeah, because you sure have evidence that all the images and footage NASA gives are fake. Even back in 1969, when faking footage of the moon was basically impossible with current technology. Apparently, NASA employs time travelers. Moving on, here's a flat earther named Jake who narrates his thoughts over a news broadcast of the black hole image. I hope I don't get a copyright strike for showing this footage.
What's up guys, Jake the Black Hole here, excuse me, Jake the Asshole here, with some exciting breaking news. Scientists have obtained the first ever image of a black hole. Yes, apparently all the other images you've ever seen of a black hole were artist renditions, and this image right here before your very eyes is the first ever real, authentic image of a black hole.
Yes, the previous ones were simulations because we weren't able to image them before. Scientists calculated and predicted the existence of black holes a very long time ago, and the simulated images and footage were to hypothetically show what it would look like if we were able to see it. Due to black holes absorbing everything that comes close to it, it doesn't emit light, so direct observation is impossible. But what you are able to see is the light that bends around the black hole, emitted by the surrounding matter. That gives us resulting black hole simulation images like this one. But it wasn't until last week that an actual black hole was imaged. And in case you're wondering why it's so blurry, that's because the black hole is so far away, about 55 million light years. Look, if NASA and every other space agencies in the world were truly lying to us, why would they claim the previous images of black holes were simulations? Why not just say they're all real? That surely would be better at getting a lot of people to believe the existence of black holes.
This stunning new image shows the shadow of a supermassive black hole in the center of a far distant galaxy said to be 55 million light years away from Earth, or 300 million trillion miles away.
Yeah, let's just think of everything in miles. This is America after all.
NASA claims that obtaining this image involved 8 ground-based radio telescopes around the world, operating together as if they were one giant telescope the size of our entire planet. Okay then.
Yes, there were 8 telescopes that were placed around the world in high-altitude areas. These telescopes measured specifically radio waves because they provided the best resolution for imaging. And once these 8 telescopes were synchronized together to measure radio waves from the black hole at the same time, it was similar to a massive telescope the size of the Earth, and provided very high-quality imaging. The radio waves were captured and then put into a computer to be compiled together into the image we saw in the news. So in that sense, it's not an actual photograph, but it is an image of a black hole.
NASA also claims, by its very nature, a black hole cannot be seen, but the hot disk of material that encircles it shines bright. Against a bright backdrop, such as the disk, a black hole appears to cast a shadow. So apparently, this is a black hole's shadow.
Black holes suck everything. It literally bends space-time, forcing electromagnetic radiation into it. Only the radiation from the matter around it can be seen, so it's not really a shadow. That's just something scientists say to help people vaguely understand why it looks the way it looks. The radius of the shadow is about 2.6 times the radius of the event horizon. That's when light isn't absorbed by the black hole and is able to reach our eyes, so areas past that is able to be observed. That's the ring around the black hole. So we can't actually see the black hole, nor can we see its event horizon, but rather we see an area that is a decent distance around the event horizon, 2.6 times the radius. I don't expect flat earthers to understand what I just said, so let's just move on. For those of you who are interested though, there are plenty of YouTube videos out there that explain this in more detail, such as Veritasium. Highly recommend.
Hey y'all, I got a question. How is it that we're supposedly looking at an image from 300 million trillion miles away and or 55 million light years away? How is it we're even looking at this image? Meanwhile, we're unable to zoom in on the American flag on the moon, which is only 238,000 miles away.
You can zoom in and see the flag on the moon. You just need a really good telescope, which I don't believe is sold commercially. Yeah, literally nothing else to say here.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever with your own eyes seen a black hole in outer space?
You know, you could at least read up on why you can't directly observe a black hole. Even more so, the answer to why you can't see a black hole with your naked eye is even more obvious. Good luck trying to see something that is 55 million light years away and absorbs all forms of radiation. By your logic, bacteria and viruses don't exist. Proteins, glucose, any molecule really don't exist because you can't see them with your naked eye. Well, see, those things I named are simply too small to see without any special instruments. Similarly, black holes can't be seen without any special instruments as well.
You have only seen an image on your computer screen, or on your television screen, or on your phone screen. It was always on a screen.
And the only way I've ever seen or heard you, Jake, is through my computer screen. Yeah, I'm not going to assume you don't exist.
So it's obvious to me that the establishment, be it government, mainstream media, mainstream science, what have you, the establishment is trying to shove evolution and the Big Bang Theory down our throats.
Okay, well, for the Big Bang, I can see how it can somewhat tie in with black holes, but what does evolution have anything to do with this? I mean, that just seems completely irrelevant to this latest scientific discovery. And of course, a flat earther like you would doubt evolution. It's like, what, a requirement to being a flat earther is to also believe in every single other conspiracy theory or something? You know, you guys who deny science could be a bit more consistent. Instead of doubting only bits and pieces of science you don't like, why don't you be less hypocritical and at least doubt all of science? Like, you know, medicine, for example, or any forms of technology, that microphone or that computer you're using. Or what about your air conditioner, your light bulbs, or the fact that you have clean water to drink? Shouldn't you not be taking medicine when you're sick, not using any technology? Hell, you shouldn't even trust that 1 + 1 = 2. The point is, you're only scrapping the science you don't like, that don't conform to your confirmation bias, while accepting any science that doesn't conflict with your presuppositions. In other words, you're a hypocrite.
In order to further push the theory of gravity upon us, they need black holes.
You know, speaking of which, if gravity really were a made-up concept like you say it is, why did scientists make it so complicated? Literally 99% of us don't understand the full picture of it. Black holes are even more complicated in terms of its gravity and space in general. They could have just said gravity is a force that pulls you downwards and that's it. Personally, if I fabricated a force that didn't exist, I would make it as simple as possible so it's easy for people to believe. Yet gravity isn't like that. It's an entire field of study that gets more and more complicated the more you delve into it. Jake, I think it's sometimes worth it for you to think of things in perspective of the other party.
And the establishment needs these fictitious creations in order to further hook you into believing that the earth was created out of pure happenstance by a magic explosion.
Yeah, go ahead and call it a magical explosion if you don't actually understand what it is. Anyway, that shall be the end of the video today. As of recording this, it's April 16th, and so far many of the bigger Flat Earth channels haven't talked about the black hole yet, which is kind of surprising since, you know, this made national news and stuff. I'm thinking about making another video once they do weigh in their thoughts. I love the Flat Earth community sometimes. They always give me content to make. I feed off stupid people. Say more stupid stuff, stupid people, so that I have more content to make. I literally feed off the unintelligent. Alright, before I end this video, I would like to thank Fireshark Charge, Jirkon, and Elliot for being the top patrons once again. Also a shout out to a few other higher patrons, Shrine Herald, Philip Kostopoulos, Garrett R, and Aided Furball. You guys have all been with me for some time now, and I really appreciate your support. I will see all of you guys next week for a new video.